want it, baby, more than I want it.
They don't.
Nobody on it, baby, the way that I'm on it, believe me.
Please do. Believe me, baby.
Nobody want it, baby, more than I want it. Nobody on it, baby, the way that I'm on it, believe me. Nobody want it, baby, more than I want it. I'm up on it early, bright in the morning. This feelings like I'm performing right after a long night of recording. For all those dark, cold nights I was dormant, have to be handled accordingly. Cause those that are
Welcome back. What's up, y'all? This is Duc Tapes from Upstate 518 to be exact. As soon as I jumped up the porch, I was grinding G-Packs. Know that, a.k.a. Network King. Welcome to the Quotes Podcast, where you could quote me on this. This is where we're going to discuss quotable statements that create quotable moments. And this is going to be our New York Giants edition, simply because we're playing a good game right now versus the Jets. It's like a home game or whatever. I'm recording in the middle of the game. I don't know who the winner is going to be. Actually going into overtime, 10-10 was ridiculous. However, at the end of the day, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm always going to rep like who I like. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get that out the way. Plus, I'm going to wear this jersey because this is probably the last time I can wear this jersey, particularly. It's, I bought it last season, and I've obviously put on a little more bulk since last season. So this is definitely probably going to be the last time I wear this jersey. And the thing is, I just don't have anybody to pass it down to. My son's a Ravens fan. My mom's a Giants fan or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just give it to her to hang it up somewhere, or maybe I'll keep it hung up somewhere. Hang it up in a frame or something. I don't know. Put it next to my Giants tapestry, something like that. I don't know. I'm a Giants fan, though. What do you want from me? Like, I'm always going to rep the Giants, whether you like it or not. So this is the New York Giants edition, baby. You feel me? New York, baby. All right, yo. I just want to start off by saying I appreciate y'all for coming back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This may not be one of your typical hour-long episodes simply because I'm a one-man machine. This is, what you see is what you get, and you get it from me. I do have maybe a couple outside influences that tend to assist in certain aspects. However, at the end of the day, when it comes to recording and editing and putting it out and all that, it's me. It's me for the time being. So I have a very set schedule, a very tight schedule. I got out of work this morning, handled a few things, slid me a little nap in, got to do this because I feel inclined, I feel obligated to do so. Plus, you know what I mean? It helps me. I like to do it. And I don't like to start something and not finish something. You know what I mean? So I like to stay dedicated to what I choose to do and what I start to do and just carry it all the way out. You know what I mean? About time this is on the tube or whatever, I'll probably be at work again already. You know what I mean? I'll be having like very, very little time in between work and sleep and what have you. So, you know what I mean? Just bear with me, y'all. So like I said, this may not be a typical 1 hour episode. However, we'll see what we got going on. We'll figure it out. So the quote of the episode, the very first quote, and then the episode quote is going to be, remember your past so it doesn't become your future. Now, that for me speaks volumes, simply because your past makes you who you are today. However, it doesn't have to necessarily define who you are. You know what I mean? Like, the things you went through in your past doesn't have to necessarily mean, like, this is it for you. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, this is, oh, this happened. This is what you did in your past. And that's the person you're going to be for the rest of your life. That's not how this works. That does not mean that. However, your past, for me, you know what I'm saying? This is just me speaking for me. My past and the things that happened to me in my past and the things I went through in my past is what keeps my mind clear, my mind focused to what I don't want to be in my future, what I don't want to have in my future, per se. It helps me to see things clearly to what I want to accomplish, to what I want to, like, the way I want to implicate things into my life. My past assists with that. And I was just talking about something with somebody, and it's very crazy because a lot of times people say, you know, what does school teach you? School ain't got nothing to do with the real world and stuff like that. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, the stuff they teach you in school, you probably won't use in the real world. But it be those very small things that you think have no precedent at all that will help you become a better person in life, period. So there's this one thing that I feel like a lot of people just completely overlook. They don't take serious. They don't teach it in like, they don't teach it very deeply. Like they don't go into depth with it. However, they mention it and then move on from it. And then there's other things that they teach in depth, and you know what I'm saying? Because they really just want you to be a certain way. Like the school system is like they're programming. It's just a program. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. However, there's one thing, right, that I think is an awesome tool that will help you become a very successful person in your life. It's the very small thing when they explain to you, create short-term goals and long-term goals. Now, when you're doing anything in life, like when you're trying to figure out your life, period, you want to do short-term goals and long-term goals. Now, this is something that they taught you back in elementary school that probably went in one ear and out the other because it was, you know what I mean? It just didn't seem that serious to have to know or whatever the case may be. However, me, you know what I'm saying? I like that because I'm all for making short-term goals and long-term goals because that helps you to break things down into sections, how it needs to be handled, compartmentalized and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then you hold yourself, it allows you to hold yourself accountable at the end of the day, because if you don't meet those deadlines of these goals, you know what I mean? You get an opportunity to hold yourself accountable. And then if other people know about these goals or what have you, it allows them to hold you accountable. And I would hope you will want people around you that are willing to hold you accountable when you're not living up to your expectations or more or less just doing what you say you're going to do in life, period. You know what I mean? Nobody wants a yes man around them. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe people do. I don't. I don't want a yes man around me. It's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that's going to hold me accountable. I want somebody that's going to tell the truth. I want somebody that's going to be completely honest, brutally honest. You know what I mean? I was just discussing this the other day as well. Like, a friend of mine was, telling somebody that he was conversating with, like, yo, just really gave it to him raw, like, and they was looking at him like, damn, that's crazy. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, yeah, like, pull no punches. Like, be completely blunt about your shit because, I mean, me personally, that'd be like the fire that to light up under somebody's ass to get them to, you know what I mean? Really get back to who they were or get back to who they need to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for people just being completely brutally honest with others, myself included. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna jump right into this first subject, man. I see a lot of females be on their old soft girl era or whatever, right? And then you also, on the other end, have men exposing their feminine side. The softcore era, it kind of coincides with what's really going on for real because you got a lot, I don't know. I see a lot of older women displaying their softcore era. And I think, you know what I'm saying, me personally, I think that's simply because they've been through the shit already. They've been through the gangster shit, the in the street shit, the toxic shit. Like, they've been through it. They've been through the ringer with this shit. You know what I mean? And it's not something that they want to continue to go through or continue to do. So they like, yo, I'm on my soft girl era. Like, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing, no drama, no stress, no toxicity. And I, you know what I mean? I respect it. I'm all for it. I don't know if I can chalk that up to men exposing their feminine side. Now, I don't know. Me personally, if there's a man that's more feminine than masculine, you know, do your thing. Like, that's cool. I'm not knocking it. It's how people display their feminine side that can get a little like, yo, I don't know, you being a little, you know what I mean, being a little zesty and shit. But if you're zesty, cool. Just don't act like you're not, though. That's the thing. Like, just be real with you. Be true to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. Look, I was trying to wait to hold this off until later. I'm gonna jump into this shit now, being that we're talking about the softcore era and feminine side of men, right? Dwight Howard, bro. Yo, I don't know if y'all remember when he used to play in the NBA and shit. And he was seen on camera like grabbing a dude joint or whatever on the bench, like not even on no grab his butt or slap his ass or no, like grabbed his joint, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, walked by, grabbed his joint. At that moment is when people started to question whether or not he was gay or whatever the case may be, whether or not he was gay. So the recent story of him and I think his name is Steve, a dude that was inboxing him back and forth and was gonna meet up with him, you know, to like do whatever sexually, you know what I mean? Goes to the nigga crib, and then the nigga Dwight Howard has some other dude that wants to be identified as Kitty at the crib, try to have a threesome with the dude Steve, And Steve wasn't with it. So Steve like, nah, you tripping. But Dwight like, nah, you know what I mean? It's Kitty cool. To where he kind of like forced the situation to happen. And in the process, Steve was like, nah, he felt held against his will. He felt like he was being violated. And to be totally honest, the way how that's wild, B. Like that's wild. That's low key rape. And then the thing was, he denied it all. He denied it all. Like before it got into the court and then documents was filed and all that shit. Like he denied it all. I wasn't never no. There ain't no gay shit. Whatever. Boom, boom, boom. So he denied it all. Being that it came to court. No, we lost. Yeah, Giants lost. Yeah, you know, still a fan, man. I don't know. My bad, yeah. It was crazy. So even though at first he denied it, oh, this never happened, we ain't do this, da da da, boom, boom, boom. Being that, when you go to court, now, like, you got to be honest, you got to keep it a band. Like, I bet, because Steve got the receipts, so now you got to keep it a stack. Like, all right, bet. I did call him over. I did want to do whatever. However, I ain't hold him against his will, or I ain't do nothing. Everything was consensual. Hey, you just said before that you never was involved in none of this. For real. Like, so, Dwight Howard's out here on homosexual shit. He's doing that. You know what I mean? More power to you. Do your thing, brother. Like, that's why he was playing wherever the fuck he was playing, overseas, over yonder, wherever the hell, Greece, Europe, wherever he was playing, China, Japan, wherever the nigga was playing. That's why he can't play in the NBA. Because I'm thinking like, damn, Dwight Howard was a good player, man. He was a good defensive player and all that shit. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants the nigga. So, you know what I mean? That's the maximum exposure of the feminine side, me personally. You know what I mean? That's, you a whole nigga, but you know what I mean? You trying to bring niggas into all men threesomes that don't really want to be involved in that. So that's low key, like, could be like rape. That would have been like rape, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like, that could be crazy. That's gonna be a crazy to see that unfold. That's gonna be really crazy because now if that was a man and a woman, and then a woman come over, you know what I'm saying? And then you got a whole dude that pop out the cut. Like, that's kind of like y'all raped, and then y'all forcing her to be into sexual acts that she's not comfortable with, and she's not feeling comfortable at the crib and shit like that. Like, that's considered kind of rape. Like, ain't no kind of rape, nigga. That's rape. Like, you're wilding. Y'all wilding. Or so, and it's not consensual. Like, y'all didn't agree on this beforehand, prior to the situation. So, yeah, it's kind of like not a good look, Dwight Howard. Not a good look at all. So another thing, I was told that seems to be pretty weird to me. All right, so boom, it is October in upstate New York, and it was just like 70 something degrees for the last few days and shit like that. And then snow is coming soon, and then you get talks of us going to have what they call a dark winter. I have no idea what that means. Maybe I should have Googled it before I said it or talked about it. However, I really don't give a fuck for real because I done seen all types of winters. Dark winter, light winter, snow winter, rain winter. I live in upstate New York, bro. Like, and when I say upstate New York, I mean like up top New York, 518. Like, I know they consider Buffalo and Rochester and all that shit upstate New York. Some people do. To me, that's Western New York. To me, I don't I don't know how the fuck that's upstate New York when it's on the western side of the state. Like, I mean, it's up north, I guess, too, like northwest, no, upstate West New York, or I don't fucking know. I consider it to be upstate New York, so it's more like not like it's country or nothing. Like, I mean, the further you go up, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna run into the farms and the cows and all that shit. You know what I mean? And that's on this side of the state. So I don't know. I'd consider what I live in upstate New York. You know what I mean? Right outside of the capital of the state. So that's just my take on it. So a dark winter, I don't care. I'm just mentioning it because I think it's weird that they keep coming up with all these they got different names for storms and different it's snow is what it is. We're having a winter. It's winter time. But it's weird. It's October. It's 70-something degrees in October. Of course it's going to be weird. It's going to just get weirder. It's going to get crazier. Like, this is just what it is. Roll with the punches at this point. Me personally. That's how I look at it. Something else I want to discuss. These are all going to pretty much tie into each other. However, before I get to that, I want to mention something that was pointed out to me, because I consider myself to be a certain type of way, and I would use this word to kind of like explain my state or explain my mood or how I'm feeling, or just explain my personality. Actually, I would sometimes. And it was brought to my attention that it's not really what people think it to be. So the word is humble. And I will always consider myself to be a humble person, like laid back, just like nonchalant. That's really not the meaning of it. So the definition of the word humble is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Now, that's like low self-esteem for real. I mean, that's what I got from it. Like, a low estimate of one's own importance. That's saying like you're not important at all to anyone, and not even to yourself. To say you're a humble individual displays importance. I don't like that, because I consider myself to be a very important person in a lot of people's lives. Shit, and humanity, for real. I'm important to the world. What I do is important to make the world go round. You know what I mean? My presence is a present. You feel me? I consider myself to be a very important person. So, having been told that by a friend of mine, it was kind of like eye-opening. You know what I mean? And I respect it because, when they said it, they were like, "Yo, I just want to put you on, and once I put you on, I guarantee you will not consider yourself to be as such anymore." And that's what I like. I like for people to pull you up on your shit, man. I like for people to like kick knowledge, like give knowledge. And it's not like it's not out there. It's not like the knowledge isn't out there. It's just like sometimes you don't know what to look for real. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what to look for. You just assume sometimes if everybody's saying it, or if everybody's talking about it, or if you know what I mean, you just would assume that that humble means, you know what I mean, like you're just cool, calm, laid back. You know what I mean? You don't boast or brag and stuff like that. That was my interpretation of the word. So to get the actual definition of it, I won't be considering myself to be a humble person anymore because I believe that I'm very important. So, I mean, I could be modest. I'm very modest. You know what I mean? However, maybe I should stop being so modest. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should chill out on that and just really display my confidence. Because we had this talk in previous episodes, like displaying your confidence is not necessarily being cocky. It's just like believing in yourself and displaying that belief that you have within. So maybe I'll stop being so modest as well. And humble is not who I am because I consider myself to be a very important person in this world, period. And I'm not known to millions of people or anything like that. However, the ones that I'm known to, like I'm sure they could attest to it, that I'm a very intricate person in the lives that we live to the ones that I know and the ones that know me. Which ties into learning from others. Now, learning from others is like, I consider that to be very important because I tell my kids all the time, especially my son, like, I tell him, like, yo, I did a lot of things so that you wouldn't even have to go through it. Like, you witnessed what happens if you conduct yourself in a certain type of manner. And that's what I did for many years. I was just creating a playbook, per se, on things to do and what not to do for my kids, because now you see what happens if you act in this manner, what would be stripped away from you, where will you have to be confined at, like things of that nature, like the situations you're going to have to go through and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like learning from others is very important. You can learn from other people's actions. You can learn by, you know what I'm saying? Like I just said, like an individual hit me with that. And you know what I mean? I learned from it. So just be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Be receptive. Don't be negative. Like, don't be closed-minded. Don't be a closed-minded individual. Excuse me. Try to be like, just try to acknowledge knowledge when it's being given. You feel me? Like, you don't always have to take in what someone's saying to you. However, you can listen, figure out whether or not you can incorporate it in your life, figure out whether or not it's something good in the word that's being spoken to you and stuff like that. And if so, then use it. Don't just soon as somebody start telling you something or start talking to you, yo, don't just be like, oh man, this one talking again. Damn, like sometimes if a person talks to you 10 times a day, whether they're like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to tell you some shit, trying to kick knowledge or some shit like that, 10 times a day, and you just tired of shun them off 9 times, that 10th time could have been something intricate. It could have been something that could help you mentally or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It could help you to elevate. So just give people a chance. Just hear what they say. Just hear them out. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Like, it's very simple. It's not hard to just discard of information if it's not needed. It's not a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? So, learning from others. It's a good, I would recommend it. I would recommend you just pay attention to what other people are saying, how other people are moving. And I guarantee you will learn something from it. Like, I would like to learn something new every day. Like, it's not a day that goes by that I don't want to not learn something, because if a day goes by and you did not learn not one thing, like, what did you do today for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your purpose of breathing today? Or even if you didn't learn something, at least you could try to teach something to someone. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. You know, it's really not that difficult though. Just to, you know what I mean? Just give yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, on the other hand, being selfish is not a bad thing sometimes. It's not bad to be selfish. It's not bad to care about you just a little bit more today. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, and this is what I preach all the time, if I'm not doing good, or if I'm not sane, or if I'm not stable or financially set or any of those things, if I'm not that, what good could I be for you or to you? You're no good to nobody until you're good to you at first. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you need to just say, yo, I gotta kind of shun y'all for a minute so I can get right, and I'll get right back with you. You know what I mean? You have to do that sometimes. It's imperative that you do that. Like, you have to. You cannot spread yourself so thin to the point where at the end of the day you stuck with yourself and you don't like yourself for real. Like, so that's all that energy you giving to other people is like, that can't be real. I can't look at somebody that doesn't like themselves and do, what you telling me? How you telling me you don't even like you? How would I believe the information you're giving to me is factual? You don't even like you. That's like a single person trying to give marital advice. You're single. Ask any married couple out there if they'll ever take advice from a single person. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. Like, it's not going to happen. And I can guarantee you that. Like, you're single, bro. What could you tell me about being married? There's nothing you can tell me. It's all right to be selfish, man. It's okay. Like, you don't spread yourself thin to too many people, because at the end of the day, not everybody deserves your energy. Not everybody deserves your words of wisdom. A lot of people are draining. They will drain your energy from you and not even get anything from it. Just the fact that they're taking it from you and now you don't have it, they're satisfied with that. I don't know. I'm not doing that. It's all right to be selfish, man. It's not it's okay. Believe you me. All right. Now let me talk about this second quote of the episode. This is a quote that I love for real. This is one of my quotes. Like, this is something I think I may have made it up. You never know. However, I definitely coined it. I keep it like, this is something that I live by for real. because I consider myself to be an individual of a certain era and a certain time, which was like a classic time for me. You know what I'm saying? So the second quote of the episode is keep it classic. Now, I say keep it classic because a lot of younger people consider me to be an OG or old timer or, you know what I mean, old head or something like that. Nah, I'm a classic nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like classic, like born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. That's the classic times. You know what I'm saying? So I always keep it classic. And that's just basically living by the morals, living by the values, having, you know what I'm saying, respect for elders, others, youngins, all that. Like, it's just keeping it classic. I consider it to be a lifestyle, me for real. I think keeping it classic is a lifestyle that everybody needs to tap into and delve into, because you got your classical music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just real mellow. It's just laid back. It has meaning. It has substance, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's classic cars. You know what I mean? It's just something that you just want to really take care of, that you really want to preserve. You know what I'm saying? And the times that I came up in, those are the times that I like to preserve. So I conduct myself like I'm not like I'm, you know what I mean, stuck in the 90s or nothing like that. However, I still go by the same rules. I still live by the same morals. I still, you know what I'm saying, abide by the same values. Like, that's just being classic, living a classic type of life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm preserving. I'm preserving those times because those times are very intricate in my life and my upbringing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it classic. I think it's pretty dope. I think that's just a way of living, you know what I'm saying? Just a way you would want to live in a classic manner. um and that is gonna bring me to this next subject, which is or next topic. Perception is reality. I heard somebody say that, and when they said that to me, it's like, damn, what could they really mean for real? Now, I don't know what they mean by saying perception is reality. I know what I took from it. I know what I got from it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, perception is reality. That is, it's reality how people perceive you to be. That's why first impressions are very important. How you're looked at and how people believe you to be, like that's the reality you have to live in. I mean, you have opportunities to switch the narrative, change the narrative, and make it and, you know what I'm saying, make it a little bit different or whatever the case may be. However, at the end of the day, ultimately, how people perceive you, I mean, whether or not it's your reality, it's definitely their reality. So perception is reality. And it kind of could be scary in a way, because if somebody thinks you're a certain type of way, then they think they can treat you in the way that they perceive you to be, which could really blow up in somebody's face, which could be a disaster in itself. Which is, you know what I'm saying, it could end up pretty bad. It could end up pretty bad. Hopefully it does not, because people tend to harp upon certain type of individuals. They may get the story wrong, like, oh yeah, son is whatever. Not knowing that this person that's feeding you that could be completely afraid of this individual. However, they want you to do something to them because they're afraid to do something to them. And then, oh yeah, sun's soft. All right, let's get our sun. Yeah, they soft. Oh, word, yeah. Then you think you can run down and then you get a rude awakening. Like, oh shit, sun ain't soft for real. Sun about that mess for real. Yeah. So you know what I mean. Just try not to what they say, judge a book by the cover, because I mean I try not to. You know what I'm saying? You could do solely what you want to do. You know, it's totally up to you. However, that's what I try not to do. I try not to you know what I'm saying, judge a book by its cover. I try to like go about how I interact with people like on the same type of scale, like the same type of level, until I get to know you a little more, I get to see you move a little more, then I make my own decision on who this person is to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a very good judge of character. I'm very observant, so I can, you know what I mean? It doesn't take long for me to figure it out. Like somebody could be like, oh yeah, some cool as shit. Yeah, all right, cool. I'll make my own uh like perception of what I want to believe for this. You know what I'm saying? When I meet a person, like I'm not, or son, oh, son is a bozo, son is a goofy. I'll make my own decision on what son is for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there could be some hidden something behind that. You could feel some type of way because you don't know what you want to do for real. Like you don't know if you want to fuck with them for some reason. Like that's on you. Like, it's not on me. So, um, yeah. So, I want to talk about this one situation that was brought to my attention. Um, I mean, I know y'all been seeing it. The girl saying she don't go to Cheesecake Factory and all that, and she don't do the Cheesecake Factory. Yo, they came up with a list. Woo. Um, they came up with a list. Where it says, let me see where it's at. The list was crazy. Damn, where's that? Oh, here it goes. So, here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on first date to. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to help make this list. Okay. So, this is the. Oh, man. This is the list. It's very funny. It's funny. It's funny. So these are the places that women say they would not go to on a first date: Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, no coffee dates, no ice cream dates, not a family function, do not do movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. Don't go anywhere that requires a long drive. Bowling, no nightclub, not a hookah bar, not a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, or a sports event. You just named 90% of the restaurants in my area. Where are we going to eat? What are we doing? Where are we going to eat? I don't know. Y'all got to tell. Y'all need to make a list of where you would go. A realistic list. Not no damn made up shit. Like, come on, like Red Lobster? What's wrong with Red Lobster? It's seafood. Damn, like I don't Chipotle, I think you like Chipotle. Chipotle is good food. Like, what do you? Is it the experience? Is it because you don't want the experience isn't good enough or something? Or like, what is it? I don't understand. What is it? What is the reasoning behind not wanting to go to these places? Is it because of the experience or like the setting or like I don't understand what it is because these are good places to eat. And I gotta, the first date is to get to know somebody for real. So I don't know. I can't agree with that. I think that list is pretty crazy, if you ask me. I think that list is pretty crazy. Um, so then, damn, do I have it? I don't have it. Damn. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. It was a list of it was funny. It was a list of that men a list of women that men wouldn't date. It was funny as hell. I don't have it. I thought I had it. Damn. It was a list of the type of women that men wouldn't date simply because y'all done made this goddamn list of the places that y'all refuse to eat on first dates. So it was a list of a list of women that men wouldn't date because of that. That's gonna lead me into this next topic. Shout out to this dude named Pastor Mike Todd. He was spitting some real game, like not even game for real, like it was just spitting some real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? When he was talking about certain things, he's got a book out, Damaged Not Destroyed. By Pastor Mike Todd. Book is called Damaged Not Destroyed. There's a lot of people in this world that are completely damaged, that consider themselves to be damaged beyond repair, which would be considered to be destroyed. If you ask me, however, I don't think anyone is damaged beyond repair. I think that people use the fact that they're damaged as a crutch or as an excuse not to do better. You can't use the fact that your last relationship ruined you to a point as a reason to not do better in a future relationship. Which leads me to want to talk about another subject, and this is where I'm just giving my point of view. This is going to be, a regular segment on the episode or on the show that I'm going to continue to do. It's just going to be Duc's POV. You know what I'm saying? It's just my point of view on how I feel about certain things. which basically the whole podcast is literally that. However, this was a subject that was given to me by somebody off my Instagram that they wanted basically me to discuss and to talk about. Excuse me. And just to give my point of view on it. You know what I'm saying? So this is my point of view on this situation. Can you be exclusive and not have the relationship title? Like, so can you be exclusive with an individual and not say, that's my man or that's my girl? Now, that's solely up to you. It only boils down to like what you want to do for real. Because I think, and this is my point of view, me personally, I think that a title fucks it all up. All right? Because when you put a title on something, you're stamping something, then you have to go by the narrative of what that is for real. All right? And it's other people's narrative that you have to go by, not what you say, not how you feel about something. Because once you tell a female you're their man, you're her man, or once you tell a man that you're his girl and stuff like that, then now it's like, okay, you got to do the things that people say a girlfriend or a man does for the significant other. Now you're held to a certain standard of what the world's narrative is. Excuse me, it doesn't even have to be your narrative, okay? Because you can go into a relationship and like, yo, yeah, boom, you my shorty now, so, but this is how I do things. I don't do things, you know what I'm saying, the way that the world sees things to be done. So now it's like, oh, nah, women get scared away. Oh, nah, if you my man, you have to do this or you have to do that. And then men be like, oh, yeah, you my girl. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's like you're held to a certain standard. So I think that's why I think titles ruin relationships more than anything, because you're expected to do what the world has already created as a narrative. Make your own narrative. Shit. Don't put a title on it. Just do what you're doing and do what you like doing without having to succumb to a title of it. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the relationship as it is. Enjoy the space that you're in without having to say, I'm your man or you my girl and things of that nature. Because once you do that, and this is just my POV, once you put a title on it, shit gets weird at that point. That's when shit gets weird. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the time that you're having together. Just enjoy the things that you do together and just enjoy the freedom to be able to be like, I'm going home tonight. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to stay here. I ain't got to stay. Things like that. Like, once you put a title on it, and like I said, it's my point of view. Once you put a title on it, that shit is doomed. It's doomed. I'm telling you, this shit is doomed. So yes, I believe that you can be exclusive and not be in a relationship, like not have the relationship title. I think you could be exclusive. I think that's the best way to be, is to just be, because that's just, at the end of the day, that's really just being honest with yourself. It ain't even got nothing to do with the other person. You know what I'm saying? It's just being honest with yourself. And that's where the exclusivity comes in at, because you're being honest with yourself. Like, yeah, I like what this person does for me, how this person does what they do, how they do the boom, boom, However, like, we cool. We peoples, we friends, we're associates and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no really like stamp on it, because once you put a stamp on something, just my POV, when you put a stamp on it, it fucks up things. It discombobulates the whole thing. I'm telling you, and that's just how I look at it. I just wanted to slip this in there. It's very random. However, I'm gonna talk about it. Retail therapy. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You know, I feel better about myself when I got an Amazon package at my door. Like, I mean, not feel better about myself, but it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good when you got a package waiting at your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Retail therapy is definitely real. You know, I like to shop online, and then, you know, whether or not it's for me or my kids, like these people, these businesses know how to get me. They'll send me something, send me a text or send me an email. Oh, buy two get one free, or buy one get two free. 50% off, or on the second item. They know how to get me, man. I'm a sucker for a deal, man. I'm a sucker for a deal. And it might not even be a deal, but as soon as they send me something and say it's a deal, it's a done deal. I'm gonna order something. And you know, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to scroll and spend money, I guess. It's not a good thing. It sucks when you check your balance later on that night or later on that week. However, that, you know what I'm saying, that's my form of instant gratification. Just let me have that. Can I have that? Can I just have that? I like, you know, retail therapy. That shit is real. You know what I mean? I never thought it was that real. I thought it was just something, just an excuse for females to go shopping and shit. Nah, I'm with y'all ladies, man. It's a real thing. Retail therapy is a real thing. So I'm gonna just leave you with this last quote, and then I'm also leave you with like a excerpt or something that I got from somebody. And you know what I'm saying, I appreciate, you know what I mean, people reaching out and just giving me ideas to speak about, to give me topics to talk on, to make this like a more interesting interaction. You know what I'm saying? I welcome it. I appreciate it. The last quote, it was something that was said this past week by, you know what I'm saying, we was in a group setting, we were talking about some things, and it just stood out to me. So I just want to share it with you guys. And the quote is, "I'd rather shake than be fake." I mean, it is that simple. It's that simple. Like, to refrain from being a fake individual about a situation, I would prefer to just throw hands, man. Let's just shake, get it over with. Like, there's no need to be fake. There's no need to fake don't fake the funk. Never. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it a band. Just keep it a stack with yourself and others, man. And it will be a better situation for all parties involved, yo. Like, for real, for real. Like, all that fake, like, we need to eliminate all the fakeness that goes on, because it just escalates into more and more bullshit, for real. Like, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna end the episode on this. I thought this was the most awesomest thing that was said by an individual, and I think it's very inspiring. So I want to share it, because I hope that some people that watch and people that listen, I hope that you like I was saying earlier, like, if you don't get anything from any of this episode that I just did, if you don't get nothing from it, please try to internalize this and may this be the last thing that's said that you do get because you got nothing from the previous topics. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It's about what you do to inspire others. And the second part of that is success is not an activity, but a process. Hence the fact that I say all the time and that I quote, respect the process. You have to respect the process because it takes time. It takes time. Nothing, you don't want no microwave situation. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no air fryer situation, man. You want the toaster oven situation. You want the oven situation. You want it to bake and take time. You don't want that microwave shit because that shit is going to be out the window quicker than you know. Plus, it's disgusting. It's not good. So success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It's about what you do to inspire others. When you do good and you're doing things that are like meaningful or anything along those lines, people see that. They gravitate towards that. It helps them get out their funk. It helps them to want to push themselves to do more, do other things as well. So it's not about what you accomplish. It's about what you do to inspire others. And success is not an activity, but a process. And you can quote me on this.